Yo, welcome back to Tyrion and Cuthbert. Last time we were on the second day of investigation. We kind of made up with Ruby after the whole thing from the last case. And we figured out that Eris is the Empress of Discord, finally. And now she's taking the stand, I think, right? They put the same now. Yeah, there she is. Presumably you're not the patron, right? Is what I've been saying. Yeah, you are different persons from the patron. Right now, I'm still thinking, honestly, that the patron is you, or you. I guess could be you. That'd be funny. The 5-year-old, or I don't know exactly how old he is. He's like 8 or something. I don't know. Yeah. Hello, Eris. I finally brought the Empress of Discord onto the stand. Every time I like reopen the game, it seems like on the first text box it like lags a bit, or whatever. Even with the ancient dragon looming behind her, she wore the same slightly amused expression she always had. Now that I thought about it, I could never really glean that much emotion from her. What really lay behind those vacant eyes of her, now that I knew the truth, it felt as if I were looking at a doll being puppeted around. Hello, your lordship. I think this is the first time we've met like this. You're a lot smaller than I expected. Who is this woman? Why have they brought a civilian before the scaled lord? People of the court, until now we've known this woman as Eris Elmather, and ever since the massacre we've been trying to determine who orchestrated this. We only knew that Eris Tilwyn signed a blood contract with the Empress of Discord. We still knew very little about this demon, we didn't even fully understand who they were. But we know the truth now. People of the Warven Guard nobility, the woman on the witness stand isn't a civilian. She's the demon known as the Empress of Discord. Is she just going to admit it, or do we need to prove it? Her form is that of... I guess we already have proved it with the blood contract. Her form is that of a human. Using this disguise, she entered the Grand Cathedral posing as Beatrice Frigga's guide. She then aided the patron by using Beatrice Frigga to help Eris Tilwyn massacre members of the nobility. Objection! Why are we continuing with this? She's already admitted to taking part in the massacre. Let's force her to tell us who the patron is and be done with this. Ah, how typical. The Grand General thinks he can solve all of his problems with violence. But let me ask you this, why are you assuming that the patron is a human? What? In Eris' contract, it says that the patron is the individual who gives the contract to her. Does the word individual not imply that it is a human? How do you know that I'm not that individual? Okay, yeah, that's what I've been saying. Like, I'm pretty sure I mentioned this. Like, technically, from the way the contract is written, the patron could be Eris, but that would be strange, I feel. I don't know. I go by many names. The Empress of Discord is only one of them. If what you're saying is true, that makes this a simple matter. We simply need to execute you for your crimes against the kingdom. Yeah, good luck with that. If you tread my body, I'll simply reform in the abyssal hells. You're always trying to protect her, Lucio, but all you ever do is hurt her. Everything is about duty with you. You expected your duty to save Arya at the cost of your wife. You expected your duty to save Arya at the cost of your wife. Does that make sense? Am I stupid? How did that work out for you? How dare. You couldn't bear the way she looked at you after that, could you? The terrified look in her eyes must have felt like a knife to the heart each day. She had no one. She was alone, save for unrequited affections for a man who would never look her way. Did you think arranging the marriage for them would ever atone for beheading her mother? Eris, stop this. All you did was find a new way to make her suffer. She is the Joker! I must commend you. You'd make a great demon. Since I pity you so much, I'll let you in on a little secret. Killing me won't save your daughter, and you don't have the means to confine me. What? But I suppose there is one possible way to end my contract. What? What is it? My contract will bind Eris Tilwyn to the patron so long as they both live. If you truly want to free your daughter from my control, all you have to do is kill her. Do the poor thing a favor and put her out of her misery. You little wretch, I will hunt you until the end of... Enough of this. Lucio, don't indulge her. We brought her here for a reason. I just don't understand, Eris. Why are you doing this? You're not a noble. You're not even a citizen of Warven Guard. Why would you go through the trouble of doing any of this? I mean, she's a demon, right? I mean, she just does this for fun. Tyrion, why are you here? What? Why do you constantly risk your life for the sake of others? Why do you try to seek justice in a clearly unjust world? I don't know. It's just what I've always done. The answer is simple. You do it because it satisfies you. You save people. You fight the system. You just love indulging in your own heroics, don't you? That's Does it feel good, Tyrion, to know that you're the only righteous person in an unjust society? When you succeed, you're hailed as a hero, and if you fail, it's society's fault, not yours. No matter what happens, you can take solace in the knowledge that you're so much better than everyone else. That superiority you feel over them must be intoxicating. Your divine blood makes it so, you just can't resist giving into it. That's not... Just as your divine blood compels you to do good, my hellish blood compels me to do the opposite. Okay, so you were just born to be evil. Okay, well that's easy. I just can't help but take every opportunity to make each and every one of your faces contort in agony and despair. So you're just a monster, true and true. Humanity is a stain in the universe, Tyrion. This world isn't perfect. They're worthless parasites who steal, maim, and kill to get what they want. That's all they are, and I despise those who try to pretend that they're anything different. I truly pity you if that's all you see in us. Oh, so now it's us. Heaven was always condemned to being like me, all while watching humanity suffer from their secluded little heaven. They realized that humanity would never willingly choose good over evil, so they created the Heavensborn to tip the balance in their favor. It's so self-gratifying that it makes me want to puke. That's what the Heavensborn are? It is, and I've made it my eternal mission to break them and send them back to their creators in pieces. I threw them into the deepest pit of despair before extinguishing their lives. There's been no greater joy in my eternal life. And it took a lot of work to get you right where I need you, Tyrion. No, are you saying... You asked me why I did this, didn't you? My actions that day were for you, my dearest Tyrion. Also, I could see the despair on your face when you realized the truth. Tyrion. So you killed the nobles that we hated to make us learn a lesson? No.
Objection!
That's enough out of you, you witch. Okay, but she can't lie, right? We said that she can't lie, so she is telling the truth that she killed those people that day because of us. Okay. Okay, I guess. Lucio. Cuthbert, I give you an order under threat of execution, yet you still father? What do you... No matter who lies before you, cut them down. I will not accept defeat without a proper fight from you. Are your few empty words enough to force a retreat from you? Is that all it takes to defeat the infamous Tyrion Cuthbert? If Eris was the patron, there was very little hope for Arya. Unlike Beatrice's, her blood contract was short and concise. But what kind of attorney would I be? No. What kind of friend would I be if I didn't see this true? Eris, we didn't call you here today to talk about philosophy. The people you've harmed have a right to know what you did that day. So either give us your testimony or get out. Even now, you're still undeterred. I really do love that about you. But I do wonder how long that will last. Witness testimony. It's true, I was the one who masterminded this. Okay, but she can't lie, right? Like, okay, let's just... I knew about the King's funeral at the Grand Cathedral, so I forced Beatrice Frigga to allow me to accompany her, okay? When I was there, I used my contracts with Beatrice Frigga and Arya Stillwind to compel them to act against their will. Shh. Okay. That seems pretty clear-cut. And through the actions of Beatrice Frigga and Arya Stillwind, I facilitated the death of Lloyd Van Sanctus, Coraline Sybil, and Garrick Pierce. Because she hasn't... Hang on. Okay, wait. Okay, the text I wanted to see has expired. Like, it's not in the text anymore. But she never said she was the patron, right? She said, I could have been the patron, right? It didn't say that I wasn't the patron. But she never explicitly said, I am the patron. Because she can't lie. And even here, she's saying... what she's saying... I use my contracts with Beatrice Frigga and Arya Stillwind to compel them to act against their will. I mean, I guess in a way that's kind of true, even if she isn't the patron. The only motivation for my actions that day was to harm Tyrion Cuthbert's friends and make him suffer. Okay, that's pretty clear-cut. And before you ask, aside from my trolls, I was acting alone that day. I didn't follow direct or indirect orders from anyone. What do you mean, aside from my trolls? That's a very interesting addendum. Your testimony is pretty thorough. Of course, I am a demon after all. Since I'm unable to lie, I thought it would be best to be as detailed as possible. That way there's no room for doubt. Isn't that wonderful, Tyrion? She may not have technically lied, but she wasn't here to act in good faith. Okay, I did receive a comment on the last video that told me to present wrong evidence here. Because the dialogue would be funny. So, let's just do that real quick.
Objection!
Sorry, but that wasn't the correct answer. Did you notice how the music didn't stop? What? I was a little confused by what she was saying, but she was right. So meta. That wasn't the contradiction I was looking for. Damn. Eris has definitely played every Ace Attorney game. She's a big Edward fan. Definitely ships Edward and Phoenix. Okay, I gotta press this, right? The trolls thing is suspicious. Why do you find the need to specify that? To leave less room for doubt. Beatrice used an indirect order to find innocence in your previous trial, didn't she? But did you work together with anyone to facilitate the massacre? Of course I did. I worked together with Beatrice Vega and Eris Tyrion. Okay, but again, she's being sneaky here. She's saying, I did work with other people, and then she says, I worked with Beatrice Vega and Eris Tyrion. But that doesn't mean I worked only with Beatrice and Eria. Like, she could have worked with a third person, and she just didn't name them here. Because she said she worked with them, but she didn't say she worked only with them. You know what I meant, Eris. My apologies, I just can't help myself sometimes. I was acting of my own free will. I did not have a contract with anyone to facilitate any of those murders. Okay, so you don't consider this as having a contract. Wait. Did you not have a contract with Aria? And Beatrice? Are you, like, inadvertently admitting you're not the patron by saying that? She technically couldn't lie, but she was clearly hiding something in her words. Instead of examining the wording of her statement, I need to focus on what she was clearly trying to imply with each statement. They just tried to press. So you completely carried out this plan yourself. Well, I clearly had the help of Beatrice Vega and Eris Tyrion, so I wasn't truly acting alone. You know what I meant. Yes, I just can't help myself sometimes. To state things plainly, no human willingly helped me with my plan that day. Okay, no human? Is someone here not a human? Did the dog help you? Did the dragon help you? No human willingly helped me that day. How did you find out about it? It was supposed to be a closely guarded secret. Okay, oh Tyrion, I can tell you all of my secrets now, can I? It wasn't as if I could charge her with perjury. I would just have to play along with her games. That ability of yours is dreadful. Thank you for noticing. That wasn't a compliment. I find it all quite sickening how you demons prey on people. Prey? People know what they're signing up for when they sign a contract with a demon. They explicitly don't. The contract was specifically made to trick them into signing. What do you mean? Like, the empty space at the top and everything? Like, you can hardly blame me for collecting what was freely offered. Please, we both know that Arya didn't knowingly or willingly sign that contract. Aren't you just assuming that? What? How do you know that she didn't knowingly sign a contract with me that would let her that would let you take action, take control of her body and her mind forever? Maybe. My client would never willingly sign a contract with you, Eris. Really? What if I were to threaten her dearest fiancé? You may see Arya as a paragon of justice, but everyone has their breaking point. If that's true, tell us under what circumstances Arya signed the contract. Oh. Okay, she refused to talk about it. Why using their full names? You know I can't lie, so I thought I'd give you something. For example, I could have easily referred to another Stillman or another frigate I've intro. Oh no, she's read Yumineko. That list is very long, you know. Anyways, aside from Pierce, Von Sanctus and Sybil were key members of the Wyvern Guard nobility. What reason could you possibly have to kill the three of them? I didn't. I mean, sure. What? I didn't have a reason to kill them, I just happened to facilitate their deaths. No, but... You specifically went after them. I did, but I didn't have any particular reason to do so. But that doesn't make any sense. I suppose it doesn't. Anyways, would you like me to add that to my testimony? What? It would help you, wouldn't it? Yes, I suppose so. I didn't really have a reason to kill them specifically. I just needed Arya to kill my victims as quickly and efficiently as possible. As quickly and efficiently as possible? As in, like, making them slowly suffocate in a room filled with fire? What? I don't know what you want me to present for this. That seems like the least efficient way to kill someone. Let's just press it for now. Actually, hang on. Why would he establish that Pierce was killed due to his knowledge of Celeste's parentage? How could you possibly have no motivation to see them dead? Aren't you just assuming that? I'm not. That's the only logical conclusion. And that's where you made your mistake. You're assuming that I act logically. Every murder I'd investigated had followed some kind of logic. But Eris was a different beast entirely. For all I knew, she could have done this all for the fun of it. My only motivation was to arm Tyrion Cuthbert's friend and make him suffer. Is something wrong, Tyrion? I went to all this trouble to get your attention. The least you could do is appreciate it.
Objection!
Enough, stay on subject, witness. I'm not complaining about this, but if you really wanted to make me suffer, why wouldn't you just go after the people close to me? Oh, but what would be the fun in that? Killing people is such an easy task to accomplish. Even the child can do it. It's like cooking a meal. You need to let all the ingredients marinate to get something truly delectable. Okay, so I need to present something here. I mean, I feel like none of them were very, very efficient. Like, Pierce was killed with his own spell. Lloyd was suffocated. But I guess there wasn't really another way because he was in the force field. And Sybil was drowned in the lake for some reason. I guess she had the stone skin, so there wasn't really any other way either. I didn't really have a reason to kill them specifically. I'm not sure what it... Let's just try this for now.
Objection!
Nope. Okay, we can also try the Pierce thing.
Objection!
Yeah, okay. Eris, you said that you needed Eris to kill him as quickly and efficiently as possible. But that's not exactly what happened, did it? Yes, it appears I underestimated your little bodyguard. Things lasted a lot longer than I anticipated. That's not what I was referring to. Oh? You said that you needed Eris to kill them as efficiently as possible. But that doesn't really match with what happened to Garrick Pierce, does it? Is that so? Why does she look so pleased with herself? Eris, unlike the murders of Von Sanctus and Sybil, Pierce was murdered with the blade frozen with magic. It's such an extremely convoluted way to kill someone. It would only make sense if you're trying to hide the evidence, but that clearly wasn't your intent. I agree, so why would I do that? For the love of God, can you stop speaking in riddles? I have no love for any god aside from myself. She was behaving differently from the way she did during her testimony. She finally started being vague. I need to stick to the facts I knew for certain. In her testimony, she said the following. I didn't really have a reason to kill them specifically. I just needed Eris to kill my victims as quickly and efficiently as possible. She could have been trying to mislead me. What phrase did Eris use to mislead you? Though considering who she was definitely trying to mislead me. I didn't really have a reason. I just needed Eris to kill my victims as quickly. Probably them, right? When she says them, she could have been referring to some of the victims, but not all of them. She used the word specifically. Would that have changed the meaning of the entire phrase? No, I meant them, not specifically. She didn't have a reason to kill the 3 specific victims, but she might have had a reason to kill in general. That seemed like a stretch, though. She did say that she did all this for me. Did she set this up so I would have a mystery to solve? Perhaps one of her other phrases, something you can use. Okay, my bad. I mean, didn't really have a reason is a bit sus, because like, okay, so you didn't really have a reason, but you kind of had a reason? Like, why is the word really here? Let's try it. For all I knew, she could have had a very specific reason to kill them. But she said multiple times that she didn't have a reason. Out of all the parts of that sermon, that seems the most direct. Perhaps one of her other phrases. Okay, my bad. I just needed Eris to kill... Oh, my victims? I didn't even know. My victims is a bit weird, right? What do you mean, your victims? To kill your victims? She said my victims instead of the victims. Yeah. It was a small distinction, but a distinction nonetheless. I even recall Marinade using a similar trick during Beatrice's trial, which could only mean that the victims of this case aren't the same as her victims. Yeah. Anyways, which of the people in this case were your victims? Considering what happened, you could say that everyone that could feel that day was my victim. Shut up. Yes, but who was killed directly by Beatrice Frigga or Eris Tillman? You're hiding something, aren't you? If that's what you think, it's definitely possible. Again, the vague answers. Why did she even agree to testify in the first place? There's nothing any of us could threaten her with. She could have easily disappeared. She never had to come here. Which meant that she wanted to come here, but why? Just tell me, Eris, who killed Lloyd Von Sanctus? Eris Tillman. And who killed Curly and Sybil? Eris Tillman. And who killed Garrick Pierce? Why are you staying silent? Repeat it in red. Demon, who killed Garrick Pierce? I refuse to answer. I won't repeat it. She was doing this on purpose. In her own obnoxious way, she was trying to guide me to the truth, but for what purpose? Okay, are we saying that Celeste killed Garrick? Because that wouldn't make sense, right? Does Celeste know Shape Water? Do we have her compendium? Because we do know that Celeste was in the room alone with us for like 20 minutes before anyone arrived. And we know that, I mean, Pierce did kill her dad. And Pierce was killed in the exact same way that Celeste's dad was killed. So, I mean, it kind of makes sense if we say that, like, oh, she did it as an act of revenge. That seems kind of out of character, but maybe. Maybe Pierce woke up and like started gloating about killing her father or something. Or maybe he told her, like he woke up and he told her who her parents really were. I don't know. Was Eris not the one who killed Pierce? Eris, you're not the patron described in Eris' contract, are you? Who knows? I never confirmed or denied that. What kind of game are you playing? I knew it. The murders were too politically motivated to have been completely random. Oh, sorry. Who is the patron, Eris? Who's responsible for all of this? You want me to find out the truth, so why are you staying silent? Why would we defend in that? You want me to find out the truth. I meant I already had the evidence I needed to do so. You felt it, haven't you? Ever since the investigation started, you felt a nagging feeling in the back of your mind, haven't you? What? How did you... Even with the eye of a god, you're still blinded by your human sentimentality. So think through it carefully. Who killed Garrett Pierce that day? Okay, I need to think through this. I let everything else disappear from the world. I need to look at each of the pieces and where they lay on the board. Eris wasn't the patron. That meant that someone else was controlling Eris' actions. But they still coordinated with Eris, who had control of Beatrice. In an extremely roundabout way, Eris admitted that Eris was used to kill Von Sanctus and Sybil. When the patron killed those two, they were able to effectively counter every magical defense they brought up. Hang on. Yeah. What do you already know about the patron through the first two murders? They knew Von Sanctus still needed oxygen in his force cage, and they knew Sybil could still drown if she was frozen by a whole creature and affected by stone skin. The patron is experienced in using lethal magic. The revolt. Okay, so we're gonna say that Celeste did it, right? That's what we're moving towards. They were well versed in using magic lethally. So whoever did this had an in-depth knowledge of high-level magic. Or are we saying that? I mean, it could be. Aster also knows a lot of magic, but does he know like lethal magic specifically? I don't know. Not only that, they came up with creative ways to bypass the defenses put up by Von Sanctus and Sybil. I don't think Aster had any opportunity to kill Pierce though, but Celeste definitely did. Yes, they had the ability to react quickly and decisively. But something was different about Garrett Pierce. Eris implied that neither Erin nor Beatrice killed Pierce. So did the patron kill him personally? But why? They already had control of Erin. I would imagine the entire point of controlling her would be to hide their own involvement. Did they become impatient because Celeste was holding up her ground against Erin? No, Beatrice was already able to slip past him. Wait, it wouldn't make any sense for Celeste to be fucking fighting Area if that was the case, right? I don't know. That was how she knocked me and Pierce out with a sleep spot at 2:30 p.m. Why didn't Eris use Beatrice to kill Pierce? If the partner was coordinating with Eris, she could have easily had Beatrice kill Pierce.
What if...
Beatrice wasn't able to...
What if...
Hang on.
What if...
The murderer chose to kill Pierce personally. They wanted to kill Pierce personally. Did that mean Pierce's murder was more emotionally driven than the other two? It might explain what the method used to murder him was so contrived. Actions that they were for you, my dearest Tyrion. Also, I could see the despair on your face when you realized the truth. The truth. She wanted me to piece it together. At first, I thought she was trying to blame me for what happened. But if that were true, she wouldn't still be here. There's something else that she wanted me to realize, also threw me into despair somehow. Celeste, hey? For the way that people can control the area, they were creative and skilled at using magic. They must have been constantly exposed to situations where they encountered spells and all of their restrictions. They also personally handed the blood contract to Area and had her sign it. Going by what I knew, Area was either threatened or tricked into signing that blood contract. So whoever did this must have had the strength to threaten her, or they were deeply trusted by her. In addition to that, they must have been close to the prayer room before the attack happened. And lastly, they must have had a personal grudge against Garrett Pierce. Who did Eris make a blood contract with on the day of the murder? Hey, Celeste? What? No, that's not... But it was where all the clues led me. Who did Eris make a blood contract with? Oh. That's cute. Is it gonna make us do it over and over? No, it can't be. That's not... Eris wanted me to suffer, but I owed it to Area to not to run away from this. No, I owed it to everyone within Warven got to see this true. Stop it. It has to be someone else. She would never. No matter how much I wanted to, I couldn't think of anyone else. Who else would Eris have chosen? I mean, I get why Celeste would kill Pierce, but why would she kill Lloyd and Sybil? That's so strange. Or why would she have Arya kill Lloyd and Sybil? And why would she fight Arya? Was that just like... Was she just lying? Damn it. Damn it. Ah! A scream of pure rage echoed through the temple. I was giving Eris exactly what she wanted, but I didn't know what else to do. What is this? Is everything okay? Tyrion, are you... I looked at her. We both remained silent, a shared understanding of the truth. There it is. You realize it, haven't you? I've been waiting for this moment for so long. What are you talking about? I demand an explanation. Mr. Cuthbert, what have you discovered? Tell them, Tyrion. Tell them who did this. They see your divine edict right now. I wanted to be wrong. I never wanted anything more in my entire life. Nothing would make me happier than having this edict fail, even if it cost me my life. But I knew. I finally realized what had happened. I barely mothered my next words. Eris Ilmather, Empress of Discord. Tyrion Cuthbert, Attorney of the Arcane. She said it! She said the line! By the Eye of Horus, I issue upon you a divine edict. Release thy guards and manifest your blood contract with... Say it! Say her name so that everyone can hear it. Release thy guards and manifest your blood contract with... Celeste McCoy. With the apparent death of Tyrion Cuthbert, the Empress of Discord shall revive him, contingent upon the eternal servitude of Celeste McCoy. Henceforth, Celeste McCoy's soul shall be eternally bound to the abyssal hells. Okay. As part of her servitude, Celeste McCoy shall engage in the actions deemed necessary to secure the compliance and cooperation of Eris Tailwind in the Empress's endeavors. And lastly, it is stipulated that Celeste McCoy, of her own volition and in the agency, shall bring about the demise of Garrick Pierce by her own hand. Afterwards, Tyrion Cuthbert's consciousness will be restored. With the apparent death... Wait, when did she sign this? Did we die? Wait, what? When did we die? Huh. Or do you mean when he will die in the future? That part is really strange. I died? Tyrion, I'm sorry, What the hell is going on? Demon, what is the meaning of this? It's exactly what it looks like. The patron you've been looking for has been right in front of you the entire time. Miss McCoy, did you sign a blood contract with the Empress of Discord? I did. It was the only thing that would save Tyrion. What? I never fought Arya. I fought Beatrice and Eris. Beatrice's illusions were too much for me. They broke past me and ran into the prayer room. The person they killed wasn't Pierce, it was you. Tyrion, you. She couldn't even bring herself to say it. Do you realize now, Tyrion? Stop it. Celeste McCoy was the last person you had that hadn't betrayed you, and she signed away her soul to me, also so that she could save you. Why the somber look, Lucio? Okay, wait, hang on. Wait, that doesn't make sense. Wait, okay. So you're saying, so that story is, she was fighting Arya and Beatrice, and they won, and they broke into the prayer room, and they killed him. But for that to be true, then Arya and Beatrice, or specifically Arya, would have needed to have already signed the blood contract, right? But if Arya had signed the blood contract before Celeste had, then Celeste can't be the patron, because the patron is whoever gave Arya the blood contract. But Celeste wouldn't have given the blood contract to Arya if she hadn't signed the blood contract first, right? And if Arya hadn't signed the blood contract, then she wouldn't have fought Celeste. As part of her servitude, Celeste McCoy saw engaging in actions deemed necessary to secure the compliance and the cooperation of Eris Tailwind and the Empress's endeavors. But when she signed this, it was after Arya and Beatrice had already killed us because they were under their own blood contract. So, what do you mean by like secure the compliance? I don't understand. Is that going to be the contradiction we bring up? Weren't you going to execute the patron the moment you knew who they were? McCoy, does this mean what I think it means? Yes. I'm the one who tricked Arya into signing that blood contract. What? When? Huh? Oh wait, okay, no, I misread it. Sorry, I'm stupid. I never fought area. Okay, I read this. Sorry, I probably read it correctly, but I read it as I fought area and I fought Beatrice and Eris. Okay. So you never fought area. You fought Beatrice and Eris, and then. Okay, I see. And then after the fight, you went and tricked Area into signing the contract. Okay. Never mind. Okay, does that make sense, like, timeline-wise, though? Wait, what? When did the fight happen? Because the fight had to have happened before, at least before Lloyd died, which would mean it was before 2 p.m., which would mean it had to be before we passed out. But if it was huh? How does that make sense? We passed out at 2:40 p.m. and then they killed us, and then Celeste signed the blood contract to bring us back to life. But all of that would have been like way later than this and this. Maybe not this, but like these two should have been dead already by that point. Let's keep reading. I'm the one who tricked Area into signing that blood contract. What? How could you? I was so stupid when I made that deal with her. I didn't expect her to. She used that contract to make you act against your will. So it wasn't just Miss Stillman and Miss Frigo who were in control that day. You realize it, don't you, Lucio? As long as the contract with the patrons exists, your daughter will always be vulnerable to my influence. You can't kill me, so there's only one solution to free your daughter. Indeed. What? Understand one thing, Mr. Cuthbert. After the lengths you've gone to for my daughter, I have nothing but the utmost respect for you. But I will do whatever is necessary to protect her. Okay, no, there's still... Guys, hang on. There's still a big contradiction in what we're saying right now. Lucio, we can't act rashly. I'll let you all in on a little demonic secret. It doesn't matter if you can find her within the prison. The patron will be able to take control of Area, no matter where she is. But if you kill her, Arya will finally be free from my control. So we're saying that Eris can control Celeste with this contract, and then Celeste can control Area. So, like, with the through the middleman, Eris can control Area. Okay. Do it. What? What are you saying? I should have done this from the beginning. When I realized what happened, I should have just come forward and admitted to what I did, but I kept holding on to the hope that it was all some kind of trick. I prayed and prayed for the patron to be someone else. Tyrion, I was hoping you'd find something that would prove that somehow all of this wasn't my fault. I finally found the culprit I've been looking for, and it was absolutely breaking me. That nagging feeling I've been experiencing was my absolute trust in Celeste. Actually, it still hadn't gone away. That uneasiness is still there. I suppose there's no reason to continue with this. Nope! Hold on! Objection! Wait. I sympathize with your position, Cuthbert, but even McCoy recognizes what must be done. It's over, and I will not allow this demon to control my daughter any longer. You can't just... Kingsguard, restrain him. Wait. Lucio. That's enough. What kind of court is this? I leapt from the platforms above and landed right onto the witness stand. She kicked Eris out of the way. She kicked Eris out of the way? Something that even caught her off guard. Area? I'm so sorry, Celeste McCoy is innocent until proven guilty. I won't let anyone pass judgment on her until that is unequivocally proven. You fool, what are you doing? It's your... How dare you, Grand General? What? How could you possibly think that you have the right to decide who lives and who dies? You aren't even a real prosecutor. You're just a child playing at the law. Lucio just stood there, eyes wide and bewildered. He stammered for a bit, but said nothing. And you, Tyrion, how can you just stand there? Me? You're Celeste's attorney. Isn't it your job to defend her until the last breath? I didn't see the truth because I didn't want to believe it. I almost let it slip away because of my own personal feelings. I almost put you at risk. I need to approach this objectively. Tyrion. To hell with that. Huh? I mean, I think you're going to hell. And Celeste too, because your souls are binded to hell or whatever. But wisdom may be blind, but I will not allow it to be rendered heartless. Not as long as I'm here. You mean the world to her. She consigned her very soul to hell to protect you. If you abandon her when she needs you most, then you don't deserve her. Tyrion, The prosecutor was right. We were all being cowards. Me, Lucio, even Celeste. We all just wanted to run into the inevitable to save us the pain. Celeste, can you testify about what happened? What? But Eris is right. We need to do this properly. I agree, and I will not pass judgment until we have determined exactly what happened. Fine, do as you wish. How has no one noticed that, like, the timeline doesn't match up at all? But the moment we're certain of the truth, I will do what is necessary. Very well. Miss McCoy, please take the stand. Celeste. Tyrion, I win this. Please testify about what you did that day. This is very, Trials and Tribulations, isn't it? Like case 5 of Trials and Tribulations. I don't know if I want to spoil it in case people who watch this haven't played that game, but there's a lot of parallels. Okay. Let me drink some water. The truth is that Eris rewrote your memories, Tyrion. You were actually knocked out at 1:45 p.m. Okay? How? She can't... Wait, how? I'm sorry. I thought the whole point... The whole reason we're having this whole discussion is because you can't rewrite someone's memories without them having a blood contract, right? But she can just erase your memories, like, on her own? Why even sign blood contracts then? Just manipulate everyone's memories forever, like... We went to the prayer room a lot earlier for our meeting, and that commotion we heard was actually Beatrice and Eris attacking the guard at 1:40 p.m. That... Huh? Why would we be there earlier than the letter says? They tricked me and slipped into the prayer room. After that, Beatrice killed you. I didn't know what to do. That was when Eris told me she would resurrect you in exchange for killing Pierce. I know I shouldn't have done it, but I just wanted you back. I didn't care about what happened to me. I didn't realize she'd use my eternal servitude to take control of my body. She used me to trick Arya into signing another blood contract. After that, I followed through with my end of the deal. I killed Pierce so that she would bring Tyrion back. The nagging feeling was still there. Well, on with it then. Begin your cross-examination, Cuthbert. I mean, I think it's the first statement that's the most suspicious. Like, what the fuck do you mean? She rewrote my memories? I didn't realize it until after you woke up and gave your statement to the Inquisition. She must have changed your memories when she resurrected you. Okay, no. I think she changed your memories, and we're fine. I think that's what happened. Eris had the power to take control of people against their will, and she clearly had the power to bring people back from the dead. But if that were true, could I even trust my own memories? I mean, do I just present the letter on this? Like... Hang on. Right, I suppose you didn't have control of the area until then. Does that mean you never even fought her? I have to create an alibi. Celeste, the Inquisition arrested her because of your testimony. The testimonies of Prince Elric and the High Speaker also implicated her. Miss Tillman also knew she was compromised due to finding a purple mark in her pocket. I'm sure things would have ended the same regardless of her testimony. What did Frege and the demon do when you found them in McCoy? Okay, I don't care about the rest of the testimony. But like... I feel like these are definitely super weird, right? Hang on. Let's read the evidence we have. This is, I mean, this definitely says, like, meet me at the prayer room at 2 p.m., not at 1:40, but whatever. Do we have evidence as to, like, how demons work, or, like, how blood contracts work? Do you have as much evidence as possible? I don't think she can rewrite her memories just like that. But I don't know what evidence we have that proves that. We still don't know what this conversation he had with Marnap was about. I'll just present the letter, I think.
Objection!
Nope. Celeste, your testimony contradicts the evidence and disproves it. I'm sorry, but I don't really see how that proves anything. Oh, I suppose you're right. Okay, let's just press everything, I guess. How did they trick you so easily? When I went to see what was going on, I only saw Eris and Beatrice standing over the guards' bodies. They acted like someone else that killed them. Then they lied to me and said that they wanted to go into the prayer room for protection. Beatrice used an illusion to distract me. That's when she... How did Beatrice kill me? She hit you with some kind of necromancy spell, but didn't visibly wound you. Okay, it was, the instant kill spell, right? Yeah, necrotic blight. When I checked your body, it was already cold. Your heart was stopped. I think she used necrotic blight. That's why Lotus Clippia said that I had traces of necromancy on me. She must have lied about trying to heal me as well. What did you do after I died? I'm sure that was her goal from the very beginning. She wanted you to make a deal with her. It was also she could make me suffer. Tyrion, I'm so... Stop. Just don't. Just don't. How could you possibly think that was okay? I knew I was wrong, but I just couldn't... I'm sorry, I didn't know what to do. There will be plenty of time to discuss this privately, Mr. Cuthbert. Right, that part was written in a slightly misleading way. She must have thought that the Empress would whisk her away to serve her in hell, but instead she took control of her immediately after. She should have known better than to trust a demon. How did Eris make you trick Arya into signing that blood contract? She made me tell Arya that Pierce was demanding a plea deal in exchange for telling me who my parents were. Okay. Eris made Beatrice put an illusion over the contract to make it look like a request for an appeal. Huh? What do you mean? What do you mean? That's so stupid. What do you mean? If you can put an illusion over a blood contract and make someone sign it, what's even the point of making them like all shady and shit? Just make it an illusion to be anything and you can have anyone sign a contract. Like, what? Okay, I don't like that, but whatever. And since Pierce was originally convicted for killing my father, she respected my wishes. How could you think I'd ever want that, Celeste? I knew you wouldn't want this, but it just wasn't fair. Why should a person like him get to live instead of you? It was an easy choice. I don't care if you hate me after this, but even now, I would still make that same choice. I don't hate. I couldn't let my emotions get out of hand. I need to focus on the case for now. Perhaps you should stay focused on what happened for now. She wouldn't intentionally lie about something like this, but why did I feel like something she said didn't match up with the evidence I had? Was there really something for me to present? Okay, so it has to be on these first two. Because the timeline is really weird. That commotion we heard was actually Beatrice and Eris stacking the guards at 1:40 p.m. Hang on. Wait, no. Beatrice Frege and Eris Amado were accounted for in the garden until 2 p.m. This is... Okay, there we go. Yeah. Objection! Yeah, okay. So according to you, we heard a commotion at 1:40 p.m. You went out to investigate, and that's when you saw Eris and Beatrice. Yeah, I lied about all about my fight against Arya. I never even fought her. If that were true, how could I explain this discrepancy? I couldn't trust my own memories, but Life, Miriam, and Elazaric shouldn't have been affected. The thing is, Celeste, something about your timeline doesn't match the evidence. Really? But I was pretty sure at the time. We're supposed to be at the meeting at 1:45 p.m. Wait, what did you just say? Yeah, her memories are affected, not ours. Our meeting with Pierce, it was scheduled for 1:45 p.m. What's wrong, Mr. Cuthbert? Celeste, your timeline of what happened is completely off. A lot of your testimony doesn't match what we learned thus far. What? But I swear I'm not lying. Firstly, it's about the exact time you saw Eris and Beatrice. According to you, you saw them at 1:40 p.m. But Life, Miriam, and Lazarus didn't lose track of them until 2 p.m. What? When did they say that? You were there with me when we spoke to them. I know, I was paying really close attention. I needed to see how close you were to finding out the truth. So why can't I remember? She couldn't remember. Which physical piece of evidence contradicts Celeste's memory? Okay, here we'll present the letter. Okay. Celeste, this letter from Garrick Pierce told us to meet him in the prayer room at 2 p.m. What? Eris may have changed my memories, but changing a physical piece of evidence is a different thing entirely. We don't know the full extent of her capabilities. Can we really rule that out? You were unconscious. Almada had plenty of time to access your body and your belongings. At that point, anything was possible, and we knew too little about Eris' abilities to say for sure. But if Lucia was right, Eris could have gone around doing whatever she wanted. She could have wiped the memories of every witness who saw the crimes. Yeah, like if she can do this, if she can just erase anyone's memories, like there's no point in doing this because she can just erase all of our memories after we're done with this. Like, we just have to assume that she can't. She could have manipulated the crime scene however she wished. But if she had done so, there would have been logical inconsistencies. Until Celeste was revealed as the patron, every piece of evidence had found or deduced had been logically consistent. The contradictions in what Celeste is saying could be explained by Eris changing several elements of the crime. What explains Celeste's contradicting memories of what happened? But there was a far simpler explanation. Also, Mother changed the memories of Celeste McCoy. Celeste, Eris currently has your eternal servitude. If she could manipulate my memories, what's to say that she's not manipulating your memories right now? I guess that's possible, but why would she even bother doing that? She wouldn't need to do that unless she still had something to hide. Are you serious? What more is there left for her to hide? Whatever it is, it was important enough to make drastic changes to Celeste's memories. Jesus. Wait. If that's true, that means Celeste's true memories will tell us exactly what we need to know. But even if you're right, I can't remember what really happened. She has full control of my mind. That doesn't matter. It's just like every cross-examination we've ever done. If you keep testifying, she'll keep changing your memories to tell more lies. Oh. Uh-oh, that's a scary face. Celeste? Sigh, it's really obnoxious how persistent you are. What? Why can't you all just give up already? That's you, isn't it, Eris? Unfortunately, your little interrogation ends here. Kingsguard, what are you doing? Unless is she gonna kill herself? Destroy Ilmater's body. Too late, Lucio. I win. Celeste! Damn it all. Eris, what did you do to her? I put her to sleep, just as I did with Beatrice. Why would you do such a thing, demon? What do you mean? I did it for the same reason I do anything. What would make Tyrion suffer more than putting his love in an eternal sleep? Could have just done that from the beginning, though. We can't extract any information from her like this. The only person who can tell us what we need to know is Celeste. Ever since I discovered the truth about what she did, one possibility had been floating around in my mind. Was it even possible? No, that didn't even matter. Ever still matter. What is it? What would happen if I nullified Celeste's blood contract? Assuming there's anything to even dispute, everything granted by the contract would be reversed. I don't think you fully understand what that means. Oh, yeah. Just get the fucking Lazarick in here and have him revive us, because you already done it once, right? Just do it again. Lucio. What is it? Your men should know where Ruby Timor's law office is. They do. You'll need an attorney to cross-examine Celeste's testimony. She owes me, and she'll be able to finish this on my behalf. Wait. Tell her I'm sorry I couldn't say goodbye to her in person. You're not serious, are you? I'm among the eldest evils who have ever lived. I will never create a faulty contract. Eris Ilmater, Empress of Discord. She's scared now. Wait, you know I can't speak lies, correct? By the Air of Horse, I demand the opportunity to dispute your blood contract with Celeste McCoy. I'll state it plainly then, there will be no room for doubt. Oh, it's in red. Celeste McCoy's contract was written without flaw. I don't care. What? Celeste sacrificed her life to save mine. How could I ever face her again if I didn't do the same for her? You're insane. What is that sprite? You're just risking death for nothing. Why are you so nervous? Maybe this is pointless, but I'll never stop fighting for her. Stop this. Ah! Once you pass this point, you will not be able to save your game for a while. Okay. Thank you for telling me. It is recommended that you make a save file now. I just did. Oh, okay. Again. Court of Azatoth. Are we gonna dispute the blood contract in hell? Okay, you know what? I'm gonna stop here for now because I think I may finish the game next part, maybe. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna stop here. We still have so much evidence that is unused. Like, what about this? The fact that the Arceus's room is soundproof? When is that gonna come into effect? Like, yeah. But yeah, that was a fun segment. I'm still not sure exactly what the truth is, like why the timeline doesn't match up. That's alright. Yeah, we still don't know what spell fucking Alaric got hit by. The transmutation spell. Okay, yeah, I assume all the knights who went comatose just all happened to have signed a contract with Eris in the past. Like, she had infiltrated the Kingsguard by making some of them sign contracts. I assume that's it. Okay, yeah, anyway, I'm gonna stop here for now. See you next time to see us dispute the blood contract in hell or whatever. Alright, see you.